Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. What, me worry? Steelers defensive coordinator Teryl Austin isn't overthinking the question surrounding outside linebacker TJ Watt's availability on Saturday in Baltimore. If he's available, we'll be happy, Austin confirmed. If he isn't available, we won't be very happy. This just in, they'd rather have their sacks leader this season, 11.5, and the 2021 NFL Defensive Player of the Year in a game against the NFL's number 3 scoring offense in 2024, in a game that could clinch the AFC North division for the Steelers. But Austin was every bit as matter-of-fact in assessing the potential effect on the Steelers' scheme in the event the ankle injury that knocked Watt out of last Sunday's loss in Philadelphia keeps him sidelined on Saturday against the Ravens. This just in, not much. With young, outside linebacker, Nick Herbig, coming on and having Preston Smith as a veteran guy, those guys aren't TJ, but we feel they're good, quality players that we can fit in our system, do the things that we need to do, Austin maintained. The Steelers also have the starter opposite Watt, Alex Highsmith, to rely upon whether Watt plays or not. Obviously, if you don't have an impact player like TJ, it affects your game, Austin continued. But I don't think it'll affect our overall schematics. The schematics the Steelers sprang on the Ravens in the team's initial meeting this season, an 18-16 Steelers victory on November 17 at Acrisure Stadium, were good enough to help hold Baltimore to a season-low 329 total net yards. The Ravens average a best in the NFL 424.1 per game, a season-low 16 points. We below Baltimore's 29.9 figure through 14 games, and a season-low 23.38 in time of possession. We did a really good job, I thought, in terms of eliminating a lot of big plays, Austin assessed. I thought we did a good job in terms of tackling, because you have to be able to tackle against this group. One of the things they're really good at is yards after catch, yards after contact, and so I thought we did a really good job of that, and that eliminated big plays. It made them have to drive the field. We felt pretty comfortable that if it was long drives, those usually work in the defense's favor. The tackling wasn't nearly as consistent in Philadelphia, and was cited by head coach Mike Tomlin as a contributing factor in what became a 27-13 loss. But Austin doesn't think not tackling in Philly means the Steelers won't in Baltimore either. Quite the opposite, in fact. Based on the amount of reps and the way we've played so far, we're hoping the Eagles game is a one-off, Austin said. We've been a pretty good tackling team all year. I think our guys will bounce back from that and we'll make a concerted effort to be better tacklers this week. The Steelers will also endeavor to be what they always are against diverse attacks such as Philadelphia's and Baltimore's, a team that first and foremost stops the run. The guys has got 1 million touchdowns and like 3 interceptions, Austin said, referencing the 34 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson has thrown this season. We've got our work cut out for us. Biggest for us, as we all go into every game, we don't want to give up big plays and we gotta stop the run. You mad, bro? Steelers fans dislike media take on loss in Philly, take shots at Najee Harris and NFL officials. Based on some of the responses to my posts in the wake of the Pittsburgh Steelers' loss in Philadelphia on Sunday, I'm hoping to get some of my readers a very specific present for Christmas. The gift of reading comprehension. I may also throw in a coupon for common sense and a stocking stuffer of self-awareness. That's what I've got for you in this pre-holiday edition of You Mad, Bro? I can't wait to see what pours in on Christmas Day during the Steelers-Chiefs game. You mean like the part where I said, Philadelphia put up 401 yards in total offense? Like that? Or when I talked about how many missed tackles the Steelers' defensive players had, how they allowed 10 third-down conversions, how both of Philly's top 2 receivers exceeded 100 yards, or how they allowed Philadelphia's offense to stay on the field for almost 40 minutes? Good call. Someone should probably report that. All your statistical BS was correct except, at the moment Najee fumbled the football, we were right in the game in spite of that, and everyone, including you and the Philadelphia Eagles, knew it. The stats were just history. We didn't play great, and Najee didn't lose it, and the Eagles mostly did play great, but the doom and gloom is best left to your moron associate there at the Trib. Just wasn't our day. You're right. It's never anyone's fault, and the Steelers are always just one play away from winning. How could I forget? Also, the stats never matter, unless they help an argument that the Steelers played a better game than the final score indicated. Then they matter so that you can con yourself into feeling better about the loss and their chances the next week. I'll remind myself of those things if they lose again in Baltimore. Mark also had a comment on that column. The article today is the same guy a few weeks ago said the Steelers showed they could win in a shootout. My, what a reverse of opinion. I used to think you were the only sports writer in town besides Madden who actually spoke the truth and was not a homer. Pointing out why the Steelers won any given game and who helped them do it doesn't make me a homer. Similarly, pointing out how they managed to lose a game and who cost them along the way doesn't make me a hater. I wish a lot more of my readers, like you, would get that through their heads. More importantly, though, what I actually did say was that the Steelers finally had a quarterback in Russell Wilson, who was capable of keeping up with an opponent who was scoring at a high clip to potentially win in a shootout. The 44-38 win in Cincinnati that you are referencing was a shootout. I've never heard anyone describe a 27-13 defeat as a shootout. That was just a loss to a superior team. I'm not sure why I have to explain the difference between those two things in 2024, but here we are. I don't totally agree, Tim. As you said, Rashard Mendenhall fumbled in the Super Bowl. Harris hasn't even won a playoff game yet. And for Harris to really screw up like Jerry, his fumble would have had to occur much earlier in the game, like on his first attempt. J.J. Watt provides key update on T.J. Watt's injury status. The Pittsburgh Steelers' 27-13 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday was worsened by the fact that late in the fourth quarter, edge T.J. Watt suffered an injured ankle while trying to get to quarterback Jalen Hurts. He was pulled out of the game, and later, X-rays came back negative, meaning he likely avoided any type of serious or season-ending injury. However, Watt did appear on Pittsburgh's latest injury report as a did not practice, so his availability for Saturday's game against the Baltimore Ravens has come into question. While on the Pat McAfee show, his brother J.J. Watt shared an important update on his status. He is walking around better and feeling better than I think you would initially think, J.J. Watt said. I know him, I know he's a competitor, I know he's gonna wanna be out there, I know he's gonna do everything that it takes to be out there. The Steelers have the sixth best scoring defense in the NFL, allowing 18.9 points per game. But that ranking could suffer without Watt on the field. Watt is having a typical season, and through 14 games he's accumulated 54 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, 27 quarterback hits, 6 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries. His possible absence could also have major playoff implications as the Ravens, 9-5, are right on the Steelers, 10-4, tails for the AFC North crown. Pittsburgh won the first matchup between the rivals, 18-16, on November 17. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of T.J. Watt? Leave your opinion in the comments.